Hello everyone, my name is Ekaterina Kardakova. I'm an opera singer, voice and public speaking coach, but also I'm a founder of Creative Tech Lab. In this video, I want to talk to you what is emotional intelligence and why it's so important to develop emotional intelligence skills to improve your personal and professional, private and professional life. But before I start to talk about emotional intelligence, I want to say, if you want to support me, thanks a lot for your likes. If you're interested in this topic, thanks a lot for your thumbs up, because more likes this video gets, more people can see it. So, if you watch my videos, maybe if not, you should know that every time when I talk about voice and voice training, I say that voice is an instrument of emotions. Voice is the most powerful instrument to influence other people. And voice training is based not only on your physical training, but first of all on your emotional training, on the training of emotional intelligence. So the first, when we started to talk, or people started to talk about emotional intelligence, was about 100 years ago. In 1920, there was a book by a psychologist, Edward Lee Thorgate, which said that the society has its own intelligence. He meant that society can feel the same things at the same time. So basically, emotional intelligence is an implemented part of the society. But as a term, emotional intelligence, it came in 1995 when the journalist and neuroscientist Daniel Goleman published his book, Emotional Intelligence, and explained why it's so important to understand your own emotions, to regulate your own emotions, and how your emotions regulate and influence your life. And interestingly, I really like Daniel Goleman, and I'm a big fan of neuroscience, of coaching, of course. And it's so interesting, I read his books about many years, for maybe 10 years now, and I wondered how he always prophesizes the topics. 1995, it's like almost 30 years ago, he started to talk about emotions. Then he talked about meditations, about creativity, and now his last book is about focus. Very interesting, because people who are interested in mindset and thinking and decision making, they know who is Daniel Goleman, but still the big part of people still don't know who he are and why he's always talking about emotional intelligence. However, let's talk about the basics of emotional intelligence. The basics are the stimuli which you get from your emotions. So these basics, or the basics of improving emotional intelligence, are let's do it in 3 steps. Step number 1 is to understand your emotions. So many people react on something without understanding why they react so, or just, impressing themselves emotionally. Why so? So, what are the profits of regulating your emotions? Now I will tell later, but before, if you don't know how to understand your emotions, if you would like to train this consciousness ability, the ability to understand emotions, I suggest you to do the following exercise. Just to put the alarm on 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, or maybe 2, 9, 6, 9, every 6 hours. And every time when your alarm sounds, ask yourself, what do I feel now? If you feel great, it's wonderful. If you feel sad, or annoying, or frustrated, or stressed, any negative emotion, ask yourself why. What is the source of my negative emotion? Step number 2, the basics of emotional intelligence is, when you understand your emotions, emotions influence your decision making. So Ask yourself how you make decisions, because all of your decisions are based on your emotions, not your logic, most of the time, 99%, not on your logical thinking, but on your emotions. So be conscious about how you make your decisions, because the group of decisions brings you to the goal, brings you to the result, or brings you there where you now. Maybe it's not what you want, but you are here. So what to do? Be conscious about your decision makings, which are influenced by, most of the time, by your emotions. And step number 3, the third stone of these basics of emotional intelligence, is to understand, are these emotions yours or not yours? Meaning, through the society, through your parents, propaganda, manipulations, abuse, and blah, 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 you get the feeling, let's rephrase it, you get emotions which don't belong to you, which don't come to you. They're just the triggers. And people who work on the television, who works in the media, they know exactly, even the marketeers. So they do more and more research on how people buy things, and they every time come to the conclusion that people buy according to their emotions. So the third step is to understand, are these emotions yours, or they are influenced by some outer triggers? It's very important, because these outer triggers influence you to make your decisions. And if you put a goal and you know how these algorithms, how to get to this goal, okay, first of all, I have to regulate my emotions, because the emotions regulate my mindset, my decisions making, and then I can choose what kind of thoughts and what kind of decisions I make. Do these thoughts and decisions bring me to my goal or not? And the next thing which I would like to discuss is why emotional intelligence is the skill of the future. Actually, not the future, but also the present time. And again, people who work in propaganda and manipulations, they know exactly that emotions are the biggest source of life. If they can catch your emotions, if they can influence your emotions, they can influence your life. And here in Germany, we talk so much about artificial intelligence. There are so many discussions and conferences. People are getting crazy about artificial intelligence. In one way, I see it very good, because really some robots can make life much easier, especially homework, for example. Some robots cleaning, some robots washing, or whatever. But there is a huge thing about artificial intelligence we don't talk about, is that artificial intelligence can make decisions for you. If a human being doesn't develop emotional intelligence, doesn't develop conscious decision making, this person is just a slave of artificial intelligence. Because in the near future, and this is what the people who invest in artificial intelligence want, they want to have your lives, they want to decide for you what you want. So a person who is not emotional intelligent will ask, in the near future, will ask artificial intelligence, what do I want now? And the intelligence will say, you want nothing, you want to sit on the couch and do nothing. What would you like to eat? Whatever. So my idea is that be careful. If artificial intelligence is fantastic, but if you don't know yourself, if you don't improve your emotional intelligence, then someone else will improve it. Not you. If not you, then it will do someone else. Next thing, why is it important that I repeat it one and more time? When you know how to regulate your emotions, you know how to regulate your thoughts. Your thoughts themselves, they make you to do the right decisions. So this is a really algorithm. We start with emotions, thoughts, decision making. So, but first of all, when you regulate your emotions, you can also regulate your focus. And this is what Daniel Goleman talks about pretty a lot. When you regulate your focus, you can choose where your energy goes, yeah, where the focus is, the energy goes. And when you choose the right thoughts which bring you to your goal, you will achieve your goal. Why so many people cannot achieve their goals? Because they are not conscious about their mindset, about their thoughts. It's very important. If you want to achieve goals, you have to make decisions which bring you to this goal. You have to think about this goal. You have to think and develop the mindset which will bring you to the goal. And the last and the most important thing, emotions is the source of life. Again, people who work in propaganda and media, they know how to influence you. They always say, oh, you need stuff, you need some material stuff, you need money, you need this and that. Mostly things are not emotions, but the emotions are the source of life. The emotions like love, joy, happiness make you alive. Money also can make you alive, but not for such long time. There are some material goods or material things which of course make you happy. However, emotion and emotions are the source of life. So if you are interested in this topic, or write me about your opinion, how you see the development of artificial intelligence, the importance of emotional intelligence, write in the comments. It's very interesting to read the comments. Thanks a lot for your likes, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.